Hello everyone. Welcome to this session on IPMAT or JIPMAT. Verbal ability. I will be taking you through some analogy questions. As always, first tell me if you can see me and hear me. Am I audible or visible? Let's do that check. And then also remember to hit like, share, and subscribe so that we also are, YouTube gets an opportunity to push our video and also that you get to see notifications of our sessions. Okay. All right. What is analogy? Now, this is a very popular type of question that we find in all our exams, and therefore it is very important that we learn about it. Now, how do we do it? Let's understand. So, here are a few types of analogies, and then we'll do a few questions. So, on analogy, here are some types. Analogy is what a set of words are given. There is a relationship between those two words, and you have to identify another pair with the same relationship. So, for example, there can be a relationship based on synonyms. For example, abundant and plentiful are synonymous, and so also are silent and quiet. So, words which are synonymous will have the synonymy analogy. Then you also have the antonymy or the antonymous word analogy. For example, expand and contract are antonyms. Similarly, victory and defeat are antonyms. So, you could find that. Then you also have the part to whole analogy. Part is a portion of something. So, just like a petal is a part of a flower, similarly, a chapter is part of a book. So, here you can have some part to whole analogy. You can also have the whole to part analogy. So, the larger thing, the whole thing comes first, and then the part comes. For example, library is composed of books. Similarly, an orchestra has musicians. So, you have a part to whole analogy. Then you could have a cause effect analogy also. For example, negligence causes accidents. Okay. Similarly, infection causes illness. So there is a causal relationship to this set. So here are five. Okay. There can be a degree or intensity analogy. For example, warm is a lower degree, hot is a higher degree, just like annoyed and furious. So annoyed is a lower degree and furious is a much higher degree. For example, joy and ecstasy, right? So joy is, yeah, happy, but ecstasy is extremely happy. Function or purpose analogy. So a pen is used to write, a knife is used to cut, right? So what are you doing with the thing? User instrument. So for example, a surgeon uses a scalpel, a carpenter uses a chisel. Okay, so a sculptor uses whatever he is using. Object to material. So, what thing is made of what thing? So, for example, a statue is made of marble, a ring is made of gold, right? So, that can be objective to material analogy. Then you have the tool to action analogy. A key is used to unlock, eraser is used to remove or erase. So, those could be some analogies. Then you have a profession to place of work analogy. For example, a doctor works in a hospital, just like a teacher works in a school or a surgeon works in an operation theater. Then you have symbols and meaning analogy. So, for example, dove is a symbol of peace, scales is a symbol of justice, right? So, you could have that. Then it could be sequence or order. So, first you will have the seed, then you will have the sapling. First, you will have infant, then you will have adult. So, order also is a type of analogy. Then you could have the cause and result analogy also, which is abstract. So, this is idea based. So, corruption will lead to distrust, honesty will lead to credibility. So, that could be a causal relationship. Characteristic of the object analogy. So, a cheetah is known for its speed, an owl is known for its wisdom, and so on. Then you have the language to country analogy. So, for example, Spanish people speak or Spanish is spoken in Spain. Similarly, Arabic is spoken in Egypt. Okay, or Hindi is spoken in India. Okay, so like that. Degree of size or quantity analogy. A puddle and lake. Puddle is very small. Lake is very big. Hut is small. Mansion is very big. Lake and ocean, right? A gun and cannon, right? All of these could be relationships. Source and sound and source. So a bee, buzzing of the bee, roar of the lion. So the bee buzzes, the lion roars, and so on. Worker and product. So the author creates a novel, the sculptor creates a statue. Then classification or type, rose is a type of flower, salmon is a type of fish, and so on. Guys, all of these are different types of analogy, and you can, all of these analogies can be used beautifully to, identify relationships. So once you get an analogy question, your task is to identify the relationship, and then you can take it forward from there. Okay, let's take a look at some questions. So erode and corrode. So what does this mean? Erosion and corrosion. What will be the correct answer? It will be ignite and burn. Right? All right, the next one. Opaque and transparent, concealed and exposed. This is an antonymous relationship. Okay, the first one, guys, was a synonymous sort of a relationship. Okay, let me just write that. Okay, here you are. Okay, so this is a synonymous relationship. Okay, the second one, of course, is an antonymous relationship. Opaque is where some nothing is seen, transparent is where you can see everything. Right? So this is an antonym based relationship. Oops. Let me try and pick up a pen. So this is an antonym based relationship, and therefore concealed and exposed. The next one, sapling grows into a tree. Of course, so sapling is small, tree is large. A puppy is a small one, a dog is a large one. So, of course. So, this is a relationship of size, small is to large. Now, some of you would say, ma'am, seed and fruit is also correct, but seed and fruit are two different shapes and things. Please understand, right? The seed will convert into a fruit, but seed is not a smaller fruit. Please understand that. Therefore, seed and fruit don't work. A judge gives verdict. Okay. So just like a judge gives verdict, similarly, a scientist gives a hypothesis. Okay, so the relationship is X gives Y. Okay. All right, the next question. Vaccine gives you immunity. Similarly, exercise gives you fitness. Right? Medicine does not give you prescription. Surgery does not give you, it may lead to recovery. Fertilizer will not give you harvest. So, all right, the next one. Furtive and stealthy. Furtive is something done in a stealthy manner, so they are synonyms. Okay. Again, I'm looking for a relationship where you have synonyms. Brave and fearless is a very good set. Talkative and silent are antonyms. Lazy and idle are uh, different in meaning. Idle means not having anything to do. Lazy means not wanting to do anything. Angry and furious is a degree relationship, a difference in degree. Okay. All right. The next one. A compass gives you direction. Okay. So the relationship is this way. Clock gives you time, relationship is this way, this way. Thermometer gives you temperature this way. Barometer gives you pressure. Scales give you weight. So the direction of the relationship says that the answer will be D. The rest also are X gives you Y. Okay, or something is used to measure something, but the order of the sequence is incorrect, and therefore only that one that is right is weight and scale. Okay, let's look at the next one. The sculptor makes a statue. The architect makes a blueprint. Okay. The actor does not make a script. The weaver weaves a cloth. Editor edits a manuscript. So therefore, architect and blueprint. That's his work. Parched and thirsty is a difference of degrees. Parched is extremely thirsty. Ravenous is extremely hungry. Okay, so therefore A. Okay, rebellion against authority, resistance against control. Okay, so the relationship is X against Y. Okay. All right, guys, that brings me to the end of today's session. I hope the questions were helpful. I will see you again next time, next week, same time, same place. Mondays, like 8:30 p.m. as always. Remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice week.